Hi Leo, here's a general look at your solar chart for December 2011, and may I wish you a very happy Christmas. Now, I think this month looks pretty good. There's a lighter, brighter, more spontaneous vibration around that can come through you, and there's likely to be the sorts of opportunities, more opportunities to do the kind of things you enjoy, or hang out with the sort of people that you like to be with. Activities you find empowering at this time and allow you to shine your light in your own unique way, and also could put you at the centre of attention for some reason or another. Hopefully it's a positive one, and all eyes will be upon you. Admiring glances could be exchanged between you and somebody else, because this is also the area of romance. And it's also the area to do with animals, children, and any mates, buddies, anybody that you can hang out with that allows you to feel valued, accepted, and you can just relax and be spontaneous and playful. It's also a very creative area, quite a theatrical area, very good for promotions or anything to do with the arts. And again, those of you who are involved in that, then this should be very positively highlighted for you. There's generally going to be more opportunity to crack a joke or to share a laugh, and just in a friendly kind of a way as you go along. And some of you may be feeling more competitive at this time, want to try out something that maybe means a bit of a risk to you as well. So feeling quite full of yourself really up until the 21st. But hey, there's nothing wrong with that, as long as it's you're giving, you are the sign of the sun. You radiate. So as long as you're radiating out that warmth and that brightness to others, it's altogether a good thing. Mercury stays retrograde until mid-month, so not a great time to launch into anything new there, but a great time for exploring in a playful, fun, spontaneous, non-self-conscious kind of way, playing with ideas, exploring ideas, and using your creative self-expression as well. This is all about connecting to your inner child, you see. So don't worry if it doesn't seem to mean anything or lead anywhere. You don't have to be terribly serious and grown up about it at the moment. It will lead somewhere further down the line, probably. Until the 21st, you're going to be feeling support coming to you in practical, useful, helpful ways. Could be from a female, actually, because this is a very feminine energy, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. So you feel like you've got to coordinate with others' requirements, but also they're coordinating with you, maybe providing you with a useful venue or tools or equipment or advice, therapy. It can be anything like that, because Venus is in the area of health here. But it also might be to do with your employment, your work. So with co-workers, colleagues, again, this more relaxed, friendly kind of vibe is very nice. And you could really, be socializing, connecting with others, and there could be a romantic connection related to such an environment. And then from the 21st, close relationships and one-to-one interaction should get a real boost. You and someone can really hit it off together. In general, any exchange should go well, be pretty sort of at least civilized, and at most, friendly, romantic, and materially beneficial to you, which isn't a surprise given the festive season that we're in. But in close relationships, you could benefit somehow or other. But also others in relationship to you could benefit from you as well. So it's a two-way street. And it's potentially a very good time for business, because this vibe is also applicable to any kind of professional or business type dealings as well. negotiations and so on, and definitely just, as I say, clicking, feeling more rapport in relationships, whether those are personal or professional. Now, Mars. Mars is going to be in a particular area of your solar chart for several months, way on into 2012 actually, so you're going to be getting very used to Mars being here. And Mars is making a very supportive aspect to the position of Pluto. And Pluto, as you may have heard me say before, if you've seen this before, is in an area to do with regeneration and rebirth through possibly health problems, but then getting to the root of those problems and solving those problems. And the position that Mars has now come into in Virgo, for you, that bodes very well, because Mars is going to give Pluto that extra push and that extra oomph over these several months ahead. So the Mars position, well, on one level it's going to mean physical effort going into sorting out a space, maybe getting practical things organized on basic levels to do with your material security. So that can be around property, that can be around money, or anything else that you see as your material security. In fact, I should also have added your physical body as well, because of course without that you're not here anymore. So without putting too sort of fine a point on it really, but you might be actually here. You might be, you know, a spirit. Hopefully not a ghost, because that's not the same as a spirit. But that's a whole other subject. But anyway, I think I'm sort of going down I'm digging a hole for myself here. So just to bring it back, what I was trying to say was this position of Mars is going to last so many months. Means that you can be so productive, you can be really successful at getting all sorts of things done on basic kind of survival levels, which are on material level of your life, at physical level of your life, and it's going to be about your stuff. It can also be about somebody else's stuff as well. So whatever you call your stuff, externally your stuff, internally your stuff. So we're all born into this world, you know, they say with nothing, but that's not true. We're all born into this world with unique talents, which somehow or other we've got to, during the time in history we're alive, got to kind of turn into skills which are useful and allow us to really identify with what we're doing and turn it into cash, which allows us to live. So that's the really sort of in a nutshell version. But this is going to be helpful to you to really get to the nub of, you know, what you really like to do, and then hopefully turn that into something that's actually going to feed and clothe and shelter you, however, you know, in a small way, in a big way, and it all depends on your natal chart as well. But Mars' position here, you know, Mars always activates. It stirs things up. It's the adrenaline planet. It's a bit feisty as well. So it's going to be stirring things up in that area to do with your piggy bank and anything around material physical security. So it's going to be about your stuff. It's going to be about small things, big things. It's going to be about buying, selling, renting, maybe, you know, one of those things, all of those things. It could be about any bit of territory, you know, that you want to call your own, or that you do call your own. It could be intellectual territory. It doesn't have to be actual objects that you can hold in your hand, but it might be a mixture of the two, because Mars is going to be there for a very long time. So a lot of things can be happening during that time. And so it'll make you feel more decisive and realistic about things materially in your life, but also about your physical, about what you put through your body, the substances that you pass through your body. You know, we are what we eat, we are what we drink, and that is so true. To come out of maybe, you know, taking your body for granted and really starting to look after it and working harder at that. So there's a lot of things going on in this area, and I will come back to it. I will attack it from a different direction on another occasion. And so in a nutshell, really, about the health, well, you might just be getting into a new diet, a new exercise program, doing things about old problems that have been bothering you for years and years and years. Now then, your sign is ruled by the sun, and there's going to be a total solar eclipse, Leo, on the 10th, so that's going to be quite powerful for you. It's actually happening in Gemini, and that does hold the promise for you for fresh starts through a social group, a special group, also through friendships, networking, technology, the kind of thing I'm doing here. It's a very futuristic, progressive area, Leo, and the changes will, the pulse of the eclipse will pulse through several months after the eclipse actually happens. In fact, some of you could have felt the eclipse energy for 4 weeks before it actually happened. That's one of the strange things about eclipses. So for you, new and original approaches should be on the cards, and don't delay to move your life forwards. So you might be hanging out some very different sorts of people, doing some very different, interesting, unusual sorts of things. For you, I mean. And maybe I ought to say beings and not people. Because we are, we are in this great melting pot in this universe, aren't we? It's not just the world anymore, it's the whole universe. And now, from the 22nd, you will be perhaps cooperating or liaising more in practical, service-orientated sort of ways. Now, every month I go over the slow-moving outer planets, but actually you can read about these more information about these on my website. But here I'm just going to skip over them really, really quickly. So until June 2012, Jupiter is really helping to open new doors in your sector of your chart to do with your life direction, your overall life direction. There's offers and opportunities stacking up for you. Some of you may have felt these already, really quite suddenly, because of the position of Uranus at the moment as well. So it's a really good vibe for you at the moment, and recognition and success could be coming your way, perhaps not in the way that you expected, but it can, there's more than one avenue you can pursue, and it's your call which door you choose to go through. Okay, but don't count your chickens before they're hatched, and don't also think that you're only going to get one chance, because you'll probably have more than one. You have to make a decision about which way you're going to go anyway. Saturn continues to emphasize the health area, but also, not the health area, the communications area, and you've got to be really well organized, really self-disciplined here. Anything around media, creative self-expression, communications, working with communications equipment like this, also with vehicles. Sometimes you get real problems with vehicles or transport, or not real problems, but there's something about it which just puts more of a burden on your shoulders, every now and again. This is quite a long transit, and as I say, it's finishing in autumn 2012. It's already gotten over halfway. There are, things about the area to do with speaking, writing, as I say, creative self-expression that you just got to be very self-disciplined about, and come at in a step-by-step methodical sort of a manner, and that's going to stand you in good stead in the long run. Uranian energy is in a stunning aspect to your sun sign, Leo, and it's helping you to suddenly maybe expand into new areas, and changing your familiar way of seeing the world and interpreting the world. This could be more travel for you, more connection with foreign places, or those at a distance at least, different cultures, languages, fresh fields of interest, academic interest, all of that's likely. Those of you born between 23rd and 25th of July, I might have said August the last time, July, or up to 2 degrees of Leo rising, will feel this influence mostly this month. Yes, your life could suddenly have taken off in a new direction, or if not suddenly already taken you off, then suddenly the offers have come to take you off into a new direction, but the transit over that area of early Leo won't be completed until next year anyway. So nothing is decided until the fat lady sings, as it were. Neptune has reversed into your opposite sign Aquarius, and that could just renew a bit of uncertainty or muddled feelings in relationships. You know, where does he stand? Where do I stand? Where does she stand? Where do I stand? Where do they stand? Where do I stand? You know, you've got to unmuddle really your own feelings about things in those relationships, and that's affecting you late Leos, or those of you born in the last 2 degrees of Leo rising. So that will be 20th to the 23rd, around about there of August. It'll be affecting. Pluto, like I say, is in your area of work and health, and for many years flagging up imbalances in your system, if there are any, or in your lifestyle or whatever, and toxins basically. And actually that is going to be hugely helped by where Mars is going to be for these several months now, because Pluto is the planet of regeneration, rebirth, and it's going to help you to do just that. It's also affecting your area of employment and work. So if you're fed up, stressed, resentful about, you know, the work you do, or the way you do it, the equipment you've got to do it, or the people you've got to do it with, or the space you're in, then indeed Pluto is really going to help you get to the bottom of that, and it will help you to regenerate, you know, the game plan there, or the environment, or the type of work you do, or, you know, it will just help regenerate the whole area. Pluto is a bit extremist. It can make you a bit of a workaholic, can make you very controlling around work, or indeed health matters, medications, remedies, therapies, you know, healthy practices or unhealthy practices. You can be absolutely rigid about those, because there is a stubborn streak in all Leos. But as I say, Pluto will evolve you one way or another, so don't allow rigidity to hold you back. And you Leos born July 28th to August the 1st, or with 5 to 8 degrees of Leo rising, should be feeling this mostly this month. Well, that's it for December. If you know your rising sign and also your moon sign, try listening to those two, see if they make any sense. It'll add to or subtract from what I said here. And once again, I hope you have a happy time over the Christmas holidays, and I'll see you the next time.